Atamaria tata katoa, no mai haere mai to this very special video screening and interview with the whānau from Tautoko and also a special guest, Inez White, the indigenous global ambassador for Shopify. Mauri ora kia tātou. Firstly, I just would love to introduce you to Rawiri Bana. Rawiri has been one of the key leads behind the Tautoko regional movement. And I'd just like to throw it to you, Rawiri. Can you just give us a little bit of a background as to why it is that Tautoko was created?
Yep, ka pai, kia ora everybody. So the Tautoko, I guess for me, started because of all these photos behind me there. So I'm lucky enough to still have a job during this COVID period, and post-COVID, I'm lucky enough to still have a job too. But I look at those photos behind me every day on this lockdown and see my cousins and my family and that who won't have jobs post this. So part of that was Tautoko started because I was thinking of them. I was just going to go, we have got so many Māori who are going to be potentially unemployed out of this or get into trouble with the businesses they are going. So Tautoko sort of started from there of wanting to go, actually, if I've got disposable income, I want to support Māori business where I can. I love that you talked about that regional thing too. So there's some other movements out there, Buy Māori Made, Buy New Zealand Made, which is awesome in that. But for me, I wanted to specifically target regionally because I didn't want to get lost in the noise of 10,000 other businesses there. For me, because I live here in Te Arawa, in Maketu and Rotorua predominantly, if I can spend my money here and know the businesses within my area, that was really cool. So out of that regional growth of Tautoko happened too, and that's what I love about it too, is that I can jump on Tautoko te tai tokerau or Tautoko te moana toi, and actually going to go, when I go to those areas, I can jump on there and I know every business on there is from there. So it was about supporting Māori, about spending as much of our disposable income instead of going to big box businesses or others, is supporting our own, because in the end for me, that shareholder mentality, as Māori, we're shareholders in every Māori business. It is our responsibility to look after our own whānau, our own wider whanaunga out there as well. So yeah, that was basically the genesis of Tautoko there, was to ensure that we can support and actually put out on a pedestal those Māori businesses who, and that's for me, didn't even know existed. It's been amazing to see across the motu these Māori businesses put their head out over the parapet and go, yeah, I am a Māori business, I do this. So no, it's been awesome. So that's basically the genesis of Tautoko Maori.
Awesome, kia ora Rawiri. So I'm just going to pass it around to our other regional representatives. Tēnā koe, Jess, can you tell us a bit about who you are, where you're from, your mahi, and some of your reflections for your region?
Kia ora tātou, ko Jessica Smith tōku ingoa, he uri no Mokai Pātia no Te Tahuni a Pāpārangi. I, along with Hayden Pōtaka, are supporting the Tautoko Te Taihoaru page, and I have the pleasure of doing mahi within Te Taihoaru, an area that I have deep whakapapa connections to. And so when I saw the kaupapa that I already started, I knew that would be a really awesome platform for the whānau in Te Taihoaru to get on board. And we have a range of businesses. Some are at various stages, from thinking they're a business to a fully functional, awesome operation. And we know that some of our areas within Te Taihoaru are going to be deeply affected from employment through COVID-19. So this was an opportunity to share a platform for our whānau to shop Māori and keep that putia within our economy. So and some of the reflections that we've had during this experience, and as soon as we launched, we had so many people come and provide us with feedback saying, hey, this is a really awesome opportunity for us to share our mahi. Thank you for providing that. And the reflections that we've had is that some people are a bit whakamara about saying that they're a business, and about putting themselves out there to say, hey, come and shop or utilize some of my services. We've had a year 12 student put her mahi up on there too, and just as she deems herself to be a Māori business, and she can see lots of opportunities for her own business growth through the other businesses that are putting themselves up there too. We've had lots of requests too from people saying, hey, I need my tiling done, I need my fencing done, I only want to use a Māori. Do you have any businesses within your network that I can tap into? So it's had benefits on both sides, from being able to provide a platform for Māori to see and show their own businesses, but also for other Māori to say, hey, actually, I'm making a conscious choice to invest in my own people and invest in the mahi that they do. So that's been really, really helpful and useful, actually, to see what what this platform can do and what's possible in terms of moving forward, and then how we support our businesses to grow bigger, better, faster. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Jess. Awesome. Great reflections too, and seeing how practically Tautoko is impacting whānau within your own region. It's wonderful. Which is a nice segue through to you, Hayden. Tēnā koe, Hayden. You're also co-leading this regional movement alongside your whanaunga Jessica. Can you talk to us a bit about who you are and your role, and also your own reflections about your mahi there?
Tēnā tātou, ko Hayden Pōtaka tōku ingoa, no Ngā Rauru, Wanganui. My role is with Central Economic Development Agency, Kaua Haere Māori. And in terms of Tautoko Te Taro Rauru, my probably reflections are that we didn't realise that there were so many Māori businesses out in our region, and some of them are not actually connected with any Māori network or Māori EDA or even Puni Kokiri. So there's a lot of connections out there that our Māori businesses are either waka to go to, or we're not providing a relative enough engagement for them to participate in that area. But knowing that this time that the support is needed for our Māori businesses to either survive or to succeed post COVID and post recovery as well. So the initial responses like this one are crucial to the long-term and sustainable business. Kia ora.
And as a consequence of our movement into Tai Hauaru, we've had a number of radio stations wanting to provide a platform for Māori businesses to talk about who they are and what they do. So there's been a really positive flow-on effect within the community to provide opportunities for Māori businesses to get out there. And Hayden mentioned that there's a number of businesses that we didn't even know that are coming out of the woodworks that aren't connected. And so we know that there's some support that we can provide those businesses that aren't connected to any Māori network. So there's definitely a need out there for exposure and support for our Māori businesses. Kia ora.
Awesome. Tēnā kōrua. All right, now we're going to move into Yoro here, Shalom. Tēnā koe te tuahine. How's it been for you managing Tautoko in the Tairāwhiti Ikaroa region?
Yeah, so kia ora koutou. So pretty similar reflections to you, Jess and Hayden as well. A lot of whānau coming out of the woodworks that we didn't know existed. Absolutely empowering and inspiring, actually. Just in addition to what you have said, what we've noticed is that a lot of our whānau have actually tried to utilise their online platform. Whether or not they're maximising that platform to the best of their abilities, probably not. So they do require a lot of support around that. So this korero is going to be quite interesting going forward. Yeah, I guess like yourselves, there's whānau asking, look, we need a lawnmower, but we only want to pay the Māori lawnmower, so who are they? Where are they? You know, it's actually taken a lot more of my time than I expected that it would, but that's okay because, hey, it's about supporting our local businesses and getting them out there. So as a small business owner myself, I've been quite fortunate that I haven't been so impacted, but just I've grown a greater appreciation for our Māori businesses, you know, so hey, you know, me and the rest of my Tautoko team up and down Ikaroa Rāwhiti, we're in there 100%. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Awesome koutou. And I guess I'll speak briefly about my experience in assisting with Tautoko Taitokero. You know, we just hit the 3,000 mark the other day, which was awesome. You know, we've got, you know, good organic growth, and the whakaaro for that page was twofold. One was to promote tautoko businesses and also whānau their whakapapa to the north as well, to be able to share their wares with our communities. And then the second part was the provision of resources, networks and links to help business growth. And by having that dual approach, that's been quite successful in helping to engage Māori aspiring entrepreneurs or those that are currently in business. But what has also really supported our growth is the fact that we've partnered with the team from InnoNative, and being the economic director of InnoNative has given me a great opportunity to really lean into the 70 plus businesses that they already had in their pop-up store. They've already been recognised around the region for their contribution to Māori SMEs, but consistently we've found a desire and a need for online and e-commerce services. So it's a perfect segue into this kōrero, aroha mai, because again, in order for our whānau to all prosper across all of our regions, we wanted to look at, well, what are the best opportunities that we can provide our whānau? And getting online is one part of the journey, but it's the system and it's the process to do so. So now what I'd like us to do is warmly welcome Inez White. Inez, could you please tell us a bit about your whakapapa, your mahi, and also some of the aspirations that you have within your new role?
Tēnā tātou katoa, tēnā koe tōku whanaunga e Rawiri, tēnā koe tōku tuakana kei Marie. Ko te arawa tōku iwi, ko Ngāti Pakeao me Ngāti Whakaue, oku iwi, nō rotorua ahau, ko Inez te reiti taku ingoa. Thank you for having me, everybody. And I'm here in the capacity today as the Indigenous Global Ambassador for Shopify. So Shopify is an e-commerce platform that I'm sure a lot of people have seen the adverts on Facebook and everything, and have even opened up their own pages before, their own websites. And I wanted to say that I completely empathize with all of you if they've ever tried to set up a store and gotten a bit stuck. I've been in business myself for 5 to 6 years. Maybe I'm going into my 5th year now. I'm in my 5th year as a property valuer, and I focus on the valuation of Māori land and Māori clients. And I tried opening my own e-commerce store about 5 years ago and got stuck for about 3 years. So it's completely something I understand, that even though e-commerce can be easy and it's put out there as being the new way of doing things, I remembered I actually needed to work for Shopify before I understood it and was able to do it myself. And so what's happened is I've been with Shopify for quite some time now, as well as running my own company and my own businesses. And just recently, as of Monday this week, Shopify announced and gave me the role of the Indigenous Global Ambassador. Essentially, that just means I look after and have to tautoko the merchants, the Indigenous merchants, and increase the number of Indigenous merchants on our platform and accelerate their success. There is only one of me, plus my boss at the moment. So it's been about how to strategize getting the most impact for the number of people we have. Shopify is unusual in that it's actually put a budget aside and started sponsoring and putting money into Indigenous business, even though this is uncharted territory for global corporate businesses. I mean, who else do you know has actually paid someone to go, you just look after global businesses, and moreover, be in New Zealand and we'll sponsor that growth in New Zealand. And so this is a Canadian company, so it's fantastic. How we do that is we have to partner with key organisations and innovative hubs who are doing the work on the mass. And for us in Aotearoa, that's Ka Hau, that's a Te Whare Huka Huka. That's the Ka Hau program, and Rise 2025, a different service, but still those two services are where I need to support them most of the time. And also I have 3 Indigenous native hubs that I have to support in Canada. So for me though, there are people who are always going to fall around the edges, not quite be able to get onto the programs, maybe don't have the confidence to get onto the programs yet. So I want to make sure I provide a space and the opportunity to touch as many of you as possible, many of Māori as possible. So I approached Kay Marie and the Tautoko team to see if there was a time that I could offer, well, there is a time I can offer that I get paid to be available to Māori merchants, to Māori and Pacifica merchants actually. And so what I was thinking was holding like an open mic situation or an open 2 hours where you come and have a cup of tea with me. It means it doesn't have to be a workshop, it doesn't have to be formal, it doesn't have to be on a topic, but I'll let the people who come in guide me with their questions and what they are getting stuck with. That way I can wrap around, particularly on Shopify, I can provide whatever goodies and free trials that are available to our indigenous merchants or Māori merchants in this context. And I can personally assist where I can and where I know the resources are, whether it's a partnership program or if it's an expert, then that's what I can be there for. So that's the idea, Kay Marie.
Well, that's awesome, Inez. And I guess it's a really beautiful opportunity for all of our businesses across each of our different rohe to explore. One, if you're interested in e-commerce, what are the stepping stones that you might need to take? So there's this cup of tea session that Inez will be hosting 12 till 2 p.m. each Monday for you to be able to have a cup of tea and a korero with her. You know, there's no obligation, and Shopify aren't trying to sell themselves. It is more just an opportunity to understand and ask pātai. And we are aware that many whānau feel a bit whakamā because it's hard to say, hey, I don't know how to do this, or I don't understand, or I'm stuck. You know, utilize these opportunities to talk to specialists in their field to help you get unstuck. And so this is a great opportunity for all of us to really explore. So there will be 3 action steps from this call. The first one is, again, the Monday calls, 12 till 2 p.m. We'll send a link through attached to this video so that you can click through and connect to that. Secondly, Inez has a special survey that she's sending out to people that are interested in getting involved in the program. It's very, very important that you fill that in so that she can actually directly channel her goodies through to you. So if you don't do the form, you won't get the goodies. So do the form, whānau, it's really important. And then thirdly, for us all as regional leads within our respective communities, we are also trying to encourage cross-buying across the region. So in Tautoko, we've got some stunning businesses. We also want to encourage each of you to go through to each of the other pages inside this network and movement. And so there will also be some links to all the different regional pages so that we can actually share the love amongst us and really boost up this stunning Māori economy. So whānau, great opportunity. Is there any kind of end thoughts that whānau want to share before we wrap up the session today? Kia ora, Jess.
Cool, I'll jump in first. Kia ora, Inez. Hey, thanks for that. I think this is going to be a really cool time for our whānau and for our Māori businesses, and we'll certainly be doing everything at our end to ensure that our whānau have an opportunity to have a cup of tea with you and to support you in the mahi that you're doing. I think there's going to be an opportunity for us to work more closely in this space, just given some of the insights and reflections that we've had with the Māori businesses in their various journeys. So yeah, thanks for making yourself available and allowing our businesses to have more opportunities about how they want to market themselves and provide alternative platforms. So kia ora. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Shalom and Hayden, do you have anything else you want to say to our whānau?
Kia ora ngā mihi mo tō korero. Again, another inspiring and empowering korero. Just want to mihi to our whānau, you know, kia kaha, join the movement, tautoko, spin Māori, spin local, ngā mihi.
Oh, kia ora. Kia ora, Hayden.
I think Jess covered everything on both fronts. So it will be a useful tool for our Māori businesses as they transition and they some wanting to go into e-commerce. It'll be great supports as well. So tune in. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Hayden. Kia ora, Rawiri.
Yeah, I just want to say a few things. Just thank you to everyone in this phone call and our Māori businesses who've entrusted us to promote them. And I think that's a common thread amongst all our kōrero, is that we've got whānau out there who've been whakamā and haven't wanted to put their head up and say that they're a Māori business. And that's what one of the really cool things I've liked about Tautoko is that we feel safe in our own whānau. So being regionally based has empowered our whānau to feel safe that, oh, I'm only actually going to do this in front of my own. And then from that, they're built and they're learning those skill sets. So like bringing in the likes of Te Kao and Whare Hukahuka and Inez and our other opportunities to upskill them there is going to do what we hope to next, which is actually them putting their head out even further outside their rohe, outside their iwi, and going to go, actually, I want to actually start speaking to the world, and through a program like Inez and Shopify there, it actually will empower them to actually go, all right, I've done really successful in my rohe, I've done successfully in Aotearoa, and now I'm going to go out into the world. So it's been really, really cool to see this journey of Tautoko, and definitely, as Shalom said, shop Māori, spend Māori, and Tautoko. So really looking forward to watching the journey that our people will be going through over this time period that we go. That's been the really cool thing for me, is one, seeing our whānau brave enough to put their heads up and go, hands up and go, yep, I'm a Māori business. As Jess said, we've got tamariki. On the other end of the scale, I've got nannies in their 70s and 80s who are going to go, I'm a caterer. I've cooked at my marae forever, and they're starting their own catering businesses because they're looking at ways to support their moko who have lost jobs and stuff like this. So it's a really cool journey for us to be on collectively, and we're the ones who are honoured and privileged to watch the journey of our whānau as they go through on Tautoko and upskill. Yeah, so awesome. Thank you, whānau.
Awesome. Well, kia ora tātou. And of course, it's quite lovely that Tautoko get the last word, which is quite lovely. Tēnā tātou. In essence, it's wonderful to see all of these awesome businesses emerging through kia kaha koutou. Take up the opportunity. Shopify is here in Aotearoa, and they are ready to support you. We also have the Ka Hole program. So if you're interested in digital marketing, we have 55 scholarships up for grabs with $7,500. So if you're interested, it's not an easy road though. You've got to do 5 comfort challenges, but if you're prepared to get out of your comfort zone and take a journey, it will really help build your muscles to sustain yourself in the digital world. And I guess finally, same as everybody else, Tautoko Māori business, Tautoko our regions, spend Māori, and share the aroha. Mauri ora kia tātou. Look forward to hearing from you all very soon. Kia ora.